And we're on. Go.
Hey guys, welcome to Jam Sports Channel. So, I'm back with the OG crew, Shant, Vaughn, On Ice, and myself, Arno. Today, we are finally back in the same spot. It's been such a long time since we've been together and not on Zooms recording these videos. So, we are all super excited, and we have a lot of amazing topics today. So, let's get started with number one.
All right, so our first topic today will be, I don't know if anybody was watching this yesterday night or by the time this post a few days ago, the Clippers got extremely, blown out. It's so upsetting to me by the Denver Nuggets in Game 2. Now the series is tied 1-1. I have a few things to say before Vaughn goes on to this subject. And basically, PG-13, man, Paul George, number 13. I'm getting a little upset with what's going on past this quarantine. He's been playing really bad. We're not seeing much out of the guy. Like, you might have seen a few plays where he's dribbling the ball, loses the ball, puts up threes, air balls all over the place. And, this is not good for a player who was very close to getting MVP on OKC, I believe. Yeah. So this is, very upsetting that happened. Kawhi Leonard, by the way. I'm a little upset with his performance. He has way more potential. He can do way more than what he showed yesterday night. And I don't think that was good. And for us to lose this game, it wasn't that bad of a loss because we still have a full-on series to play until we progress to the next round. But to see this happening is very upsetting, and we should have done a way better job as the Clippers beating the Nuggets in this series. And now the series is tied 1-1. Vaughn, what do you have to say about this?
You know what I have to say? What to think of Paul George after his performance today? It was just utter crap.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You were second place in the MVP vote. You can't be like this year. I get this. I get the shoulder injury that you got in OKC, but it's been 2 years, Paul George. Come on.
Yeah.
And I know, and Sean's right. You got a full series to play, but you can't really just give up all these games that are not useless, but actually at most important. The beginning of the series is the most important to set the future of the playoffs. So
I agree. Okay, On Ice, your opinion?
Obviously, Sean and I are Clippers fans, so it's obviously really upsetting. Now, one of our best players, Paul George, PG-13, he has played really bad, missing some shots, falling, and I don't think he's doing the best he could put his full potential to. So I'm just kind of upset at that, and Clippers aren't doing the best right now, so I'm just really upset at that, and yeah.
Arno, your idea?
Off the topic of Paul George just crapping on the bed and completely ruining that second game, some star role players that I saw on this Clippers team were Sweet Lou Williams. He is an amazing player, man. If it weren't for him, they would have gotten blown out even more. He's the reason that this series is even tied 1-1 in the first place. If it weren't for Lou, this would be an easy 2-0 series. And for the Nuggets, wow, just wow. Jamal Murray just played amazing. Gary Harris on the defensive end just played amazing.
not really, actually. Not last game.
Yeah, on the last game, he didn't really play amazing. But in the first game, he played amazing. Just these great players on the Nuggets,
Yep.
If it weren't for them, then this series would not be in the Nuggets' favor as of right now. Even though it is tied, I think it's in the Nuggets' favor because, they obviously have the clear advantage, as we've seen. Jokic, too, like Vaughn said, he was an outstanding player, so I'm just worried for the Clippers right now.
And going on to the next topics, so before we do this is very important because we've never discussed this, but after some people might have extra questions, so every single time we always have to ask for extra questions, like I do. Well, extra commentary like I do right now. And I think Jokic dropped over 30 and Jamal Murray dropped over 32. My theory is get the ball away from Jamal Murray and Jokic. Kawhi's a great defender. Put him on Jamal. You can't really put him on Jamal, but at least to let him help. They can at least let him help stop Jokic, because you can't let the ball get to those guys.
I
They're
agree.
dropping over 30 every games. Every game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Grammar.
Okay, on ice. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think I'm good. I'm just upset that the Clippers lost, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so before we get into the last topic, I have one more thing about the Clippers. And it's just devastating, like, going back to wrap up this subject. PG-13, Paul George, not playing to his, like, just potential that he has in the game. Almost from MVP to being the worst player on the Clippers. And that's, like, very sad that that's happening. So that's a little upsetting, but they'll find their groove, I'm hoping, and hopefully go to the championship as one of my favorite teams. But as a sports analyst and like that, in that kind of way, we're going to see what happens. But they have to get their groove back if they're going to want to play good, okay? So that's basically what's going to happen. So now, Vaughn, moving on to your topic, before you intervene, I'm going to say one last thing here. So we're coming up with this new idea. When it's your topic, make sure to tell like the others when to go. So like, let's say it's Vaughn's topic. Hi, you're saying your topic, then say, oh nice, your turn, and then we'll go around, alright? So, Vaughn, go into your topic.
Alright, so one last thing about this Clippers. I know that you're very upset about Paul George, so
Yeah, he's playing pretty bad.
And he's not the worst player on the Clippers, though.
No, yeah, that's true.
That was probably an over-exaggeration. Okay. New York Islanders defeat Philadelphia Flyers in Game 7. So, here are my thoughts. Philadelphia Flyers, it's not like they should have won, but they deserve to win. They won Game 5 and Game 6 in double overtime both. And I know that Arno looks pretty pissed. But
Yeah, I'm pretty pissed off.
yeah, I know.
About what?
The Flyers losing.
Oh, yeah.
And so the New York Islanders they outshot them. I mean, if it weren't for Carter Hart, who's like a great rookie goalie, he's probably gonna be like one of the rookie goalies of the years. I keep saying like putting plural at the end of my stuff. All right, of the year. Sorry about that. They probably wouldn't have won Game 5 or Game 6.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Game 7 at most, and they did. But like all the games, I kept seeing right on the bottom of the score, like 56 shots on goal, and then 27 shots on goal. So that's a big difference there. It's at least 30. So I think that's what killed them.
Yeah, I mean, these Flyers team, as good as they are and as scrappy as they were, I mean, if you're not getting as many shots off as the other team, the chances of you making a shot are less. It's simple math. I mean, Flyers, like Vaughn said, they deserve to win. But they didn't ultimately because they didn't take enough shots.
I agree.
On the goal. Sorry.
All right, on ice, you want to say something about this?
I don't know much about hockey. You're asking the wrong person. I just feel bad for you guys because I know this is like one of your favorite hockey teams. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. Arno, do you have anything to say about this?
Extra questions or extra.
Not as much.
commentary.
No.
Okay, so anyways, sorry about that short interruption. So basically, I'm not a huge hockey guy. I don't know that much. I know the rules basically, but I don't follow it. And yeah, so okay, you know what, guys? Let's just stop the capture.
And it gets to the point where the Sixers lead the freaking league in turnovers like every year since they got Ben Simmons and Embiid. So that's just something I need to point out. And Paul George in the first game, he went 4 for 13 in threes. Or like even field goals. I don't know, but I don't know how they won that first game. I think it was Lou, but yeah.
Yeah, so any other thoughts?
No.
Do we have
we're
any
good.
other thoughts? Okay, so now moving on to the next subject with Vaughn. Go ahead, you have the floor.
All right, New York Islanders defeat the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 7. So, obviously, this is most people's opinion. I think that the Flyers should have deserved to win the game. It's not like it's not like they had to win the game, but they should have because they beat them in double overtime twice. And that last game where it was like 4-0, I think the score was, and it was just a blowout. If it weren't for Carter Hart, they would have lost that Game 5 game, which would have given them the series. So, yeah, basically, the Flyers, after coming all this way, being very underrated, and then this losing against the Islanders, was surprised. So, Anis, what's your thought?
All right. So obviously I'm not much of a hockey person, just like Sean. So I just feel bad. Well, not bad, but like, I know you guys like this team, so I don't have anything, literally anything to say about this topic because literally I do not know anything about hockey. All I know is the Kings and all of that stuff. But if you ask me hockey, I will literally black out. I don't know anything. So, I'm not the right person to talk to. I don't have anything. Alright, sorry guys. I wish I did. Next time I'll research.
Okay. Arnold, what are your thoughts?
So, as much as I agree with the opinion that the Flyers deserve to win, and they 100% did, I was very impressed with Carter Hart. And for those of you who don't know, Carter Hart is a young goalie for the Philadelphia Flyers. He is one of the best rookie goalies in the league right now. He is doing fabulous. He's played 860 minutes in the 2019 to 2020 playoffs, and in those minutes, he's played 32 games. All single 32 games have been amazing, except for maybe one or two, which he had a blackout night, which is fine considering the other 30 or so were just fabulous for these playoffs. He was blocking goals, getting great angles to block them, and setting up great shots for his teammates with amazing blocks that just so happened to deflect the puck towards the teammates for an easy run-in goal. So, if it weren't for Carter Hart, this would have been a blowout. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout-out to the entire Flyers team. Like, if you go into double overtime for 2 games, the two of the most crucial games of your series, and pull it off, that's got to get some props right there.
Okay, so sorry.
Sean, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so in my opinion, I just researched this guy. So his name is Oscar Lindblom. I hope I'm saying that right, or it might be. Is that right? Blom?
I think so.
Lindblom. So this guy's a left wing. So I'm obviously not that big of a hockey guy, but I tried to research, so at least I have a little bit of something to share with you guys. So he shoots on his left. He's a left wing. So this guy's played since 2014. He's been drafted in 2014. So this guy's been playing for quite some time, 6 years, which I think is a little bit up there. So in his NHL career, NHL career, okay, so basically other things, so that's all I have to say. I really don't know any of these stats that I'm basically seeing right now, so, yeah, so basically his, in his career, he has played over 270 minutes, I believe, right? Is that correct? 270 minutes? Yeah, so he's played over 270 minutes in his career. Well, that's kind of typical for a left wing because he's been more of a,
Side player.
He's not the goalie that stays in game for like the whole game, but he's done some outstanding plays, and that's really, really good. And yeah, that's what I have to say. So thanks, Vaughn. Yeah.
Any extra thoughts? Because I know I have one.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good to go. I actually might have an extra thought, so you go first.
Okay, so literally, the Islanders have freaking outshot the Flyers by like literally a mile. Like some games I saw 56 shots on goal, and then like 27 shots on goal for the Flyers. And I know how Arnold gave props to the whole Flyers team, but seriously, I can't give props to that defense. That defense, and I really don't know what the hell he's doing, but whatever it is, Coach Budenheiser, it's not working. Okay, Giannis isn't playing well. And he's not practicing enough, I guess.
Maybe that's why they're losing. Their MVP's doing so bad. Okay.
And same with Chris a little bit.
All right, next up with Anais.
Alright, I didn't watch this game and I didn't know much about it, but it's actually pretty surprising to me because I've heard a lot of news that Giannis is an amazing player for the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's surprising how he left in the second quarter of Game 4 against the Miami Heat on Sunday. It's just like kind of a